Steve, you did a video this week. Well, we've both done a video. You did a video
saying why you did one, why we should get him.
Well, we didn't do why we should get him. We did just who is he, what does he do, and why is he good? Because he is good. You people in our comments were saying, did you know Steve's done a video?
You obviously didn't watch Steve's video,
well,
so you're wrong.
First of all,
God forbid we have a different opinion than the great Stephen Howson.
Exactly. Yeah. Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is Off the Bar. My name is Joe. That's Stephen Howson. That's Adam McKola, and that is Jay Motti. And today we're going to be talking about a lot of different things. We're going to be talking about managers. Luis Enrique. We've got me and Steve.
Yeah, you two shouldn't have sat next to each other, man.
Yeah, this half is
eyesore. Can't even see him.
We're ready for any eventuality over here. You guys are going to be.
I told him it's a nice shirt. Did he make it in men's?
Yeah, they do. And this is the men's one. This is actually
You're not allowed to say that.
Just like that.
What's the difference between this? Is just two.
Yours is more ladylike than his.
Bollocks.
Yeah, yours is more ladylike than his.
Waxed.
You wore one of them at war.
Yeah, like you're
waxed.
Yeah, exactly.
You wore one of them when you was in the bushes and that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
This isn't real camo.
Desert DPM is cool.
No, this is bird watching. This isn't camo. This is blending in. Do you know what I mean? But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Luis Enrique, and we're also going to talk about. You've had a little run-in with Liverpool fans.
I was on the train, and since I got off the train at like 9 p.m, I haven't looked at any of that.
Oh my God!
So you did a tweet that's got 1 million views.
Brilliant. Well done.
And we're going to
read it out and tell me I'm wrong.
Well, we'll get into that in a minute. We're also going to talk a little bit about midfielders, this ever growing and then shortening and then increasing sort of accordion of midfield targets.
Imagine getting cooked for being right.
Well, let's start with this because
you can't have sense with Liverpool fans though, because they all think Steven Gerrard should be in the Premier League 11 when he didn't fucking win it.
Yeah, but it's not just Liverpool fans. I mean, I think this is most of that. But there has been since Salah announced he's leaving Liverpool.
There's 500 comments. Just read them all out.
Yeah, I'll read every single one. But there has been a real swell of.
Well, refresh to see how many there is.
An elite podcast. Just
reading every single one.
You're like him reading out their charges.
We've done it. We have done
that before.
529 comments.
Just do a selection. Do the great.
No.
So let's paint the picture a little bit.
Okay.
So Salah announces that he's leaving Liverpool, which then obviously we hit the eulogy section, don't we? Where it's kind of what's he done, how good is he? Let's summarise. Let's kind of like wrap it up in a nice bow. He's the greatest of all time, is what the conclusion some people have come to. You replied to someone who said he's got more goals for Liverpool than anyone has scored in the history of Man United, but he doesn't make the top 5. So that's what someone said, talking about
just on that
Salah's
note,
stats.
though, I wish I just went. So you're telling me he's better than Wayne Rooney, just to see them look.
Did say yes.
Yeah, because Mark Ogden did an article which was
that's what started
why
me off.
Mo Salah is the Premier League's greatest. Okay,
why is he licking their ass anyway?
I don't know. You said he wouldn't even be in the top 5 of Man United's Premier League.
Am I wrong?
Have a day off. Then someone replied to you saying he's got more goals for Liverpool.
I said have a fucking day off.
Have a fucking day off. He's got more goals for Liverpool than anyone has scored in the history of Manchester United, but he doesn't make the top 5, lol. You replied, and I like this, all stats with you nerds, which is a great opening line. Facts are he isn't anywhere near the level or impact that Cantona, Giggs, Rooney, Ronaldo, Keane, etc. had. Fella couldn't defend a title, threw his toys out the pram because he didn't start a few games and chucked his team under the bus. Now that's got 1.7k likes, 529 comments and 1.1 million
I think
views.
all the comments are people saying that you're right.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think they are.
I mean,
you know what? The people that matter to me
Finally,
agreed with me, like Scott, Republican Mancunia, funny enough. And like people like that, like that's what matters to me. Also, you know when I have a howler and I get something wrong, I hate receiving tweets calling me an idiot. But when I know I'm right, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't care.
So there has been a big like pro Salah thing, hasn't there, since he announced this, Jay? You were talking about it earlier. Where do you put him in the sort of Premier League conversation?
I think he's Liverpool's best Premier League player.
Yeah.
Like ever.
He's not their best.
I think he is. I think he's their greatest Premier League player ever. I do.
See, the thing is, best and greatest is not the same thing.
All right, fair enough.
Because I think Giggs is our greatest, but Ronaldo's our best.
I think he's their best and their greatest then. I think he's the best player I've seen play for Liverpool, and I think he's their greatest player I've ever seen play for Liverpool. I'm too young to remember the likes of Kevin Keegan and Kenny Dalglish.
What, John Aldridge?
See, I wouldn't have Salah above Torres at Liverpool, Suarez at Liverpool, and Gerrard.
Torres only had like 2 good seasons.
We're talking. He said best.
Yeah, but
I can acknowledge Salah's achieved way more than him, and he's done great things. But Fernando Torres, We had a great team, and he used to shit us up.
But Salah's also, I think he scored like 2 or 3 Premier League hat-tricks at Old Trafford.
We've been shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Salah is better than those United players you mentioned, but I do think he's
better than Suarez.
But again, he's not. That one season isn't better, but he's had too many seasons that were close to that Suarez season.
Why is Gerrard in this conversation, man? He cost them a title.
Yeah.
He didn't win them any titles. He cost them one. And yet every time we have a discussion about Liverpool, or Liverpool fans pamp up, it's like, oh, it's Gerrard. And I think he's not that great. He's a very good player, I admit that. But he didn't win any Premier League titles, and he cost you a Premier League title. Mo Salah literally delivered 2 to you. Admittedly, like Max said, he didn't retain them or defend them, but he at least won 2 Premier League titles. For me, he's just superior to Steven Gerrard. And Gerrard was in a great team, and he still didn't deliver. People act like that's the team
How
Gerrard
dare
was
you? He
in.
had to deal with pieces of wood like Xabi Alonso.
Do you know what I mean? Xabi Alonso,
and Fernando Torres.
Unreal. Mascherano and Torres, like he was saying.
People who won nothing else in the rest of their
week.
career, apart from all the stuff they won.
And he still couldn't get over the line. Salah's come in and he's done it twice. So I don't think he deserves to be in that conversation with the greatest Premier League player ever. I think the greatest Premier League players defend their title, and he's never done that. But he's certainly in the conversation of like Liverpool's best ever because he's won it twice, which is as much as anyone in the Premier League for them.
I've got a theory though.
Go on.
Take the 3, even Man City you could take as well. Take the 4 most successful Premier League teams in the Premier League era.
All right, so 94 United team, 99 United team, 08 United team, and...
Yeah.
2013 United.
11 United team.
All right, stop that now. And then you go, all right, who are Chelsea's greatest players? I don't think Salah gets into the top 2 or 3 of them over Lampard, Terry, Drogba. And people go, look at Drogba's numbers, mate. Every final he'd turn up and score a goal. Do you know how ridiculous that is? It's a joke. Like he was unreal. He also brought more out of Lampard.
But you know what I mean.
So I don't think he'd be top 3 at Chelsea. You look at Arsenal, I don't think he's ahead of Henry, Bergkamp or Vieira. You look at City, is he above Aguero, above De Bruyne, above those kind of players?
Here's the problem you've got. You've got a big fan base that's rabid, that doesn't fucking listen to logic and will anoint him that, therefore that's the truth.
They hated him 5 months ago.
They did it with Gerrard. Gerrard's not in the same conversation as Paul Scholes, but seemingly he is, right? Because he won finals on his own, forgetting the fact that you were 3-0 down because he's got the fucking positional discipline of a paper bag in the win, but don't worry about that. This is what they do. So Salah, because they've now got one that they can go, oh, there we go, put him in that fucking conversation. Well, Jamie Carragher was in the fucking top 100 Premier League players. What?
Top 100, you know. Like, the thing is, I rate Salah. He's a very good player, and I don't even mind the conversation around like where he's in.
He's
Liverpool's
unreal, and he
rankings.
probably should have won a Ballon d'Or in his time.
But
as well.
I just don't, what annoys me about this is it started to get into silly season where people are dismissing people like Rooney, dismissing Eric Cantona and players like that, and you're like, what are you talking about? Those players won more Premier League titles than your clubs won, and you're acting like they were shit.
It's not just that though, because you know what? I get frustrated sometimes when I have in chats with Booth and he goes, "Oh well, Foden's won 5 titles," and you're like, all right, if this is the base of the debate, then we're not going to get much further than just
there's a way of winning those titles, isn't there?
Yeah,
like, how much of an influence did Phil Foden's had titles where he's won them and he's had 3 months off. Eric Cantona literally delivered the title in 96.
Eric Cantona would have won 5 in a row if he wasn't 6 in a row if he wasn't suspended.
That's what I mean.
If you include Leeds as well,
and he was integral to the lot.
Exactly. There's like you have
someone went, "Oh, he only scored 11 goals in 96." What the hell are we talking?
Nah, yeah, I saw that.
Oh, in 6 months.
Like that's what I hate when you get into the conversations about Eric in particular, because if you look in 95-96 season, there was a spell in March where he scored 5 goals. 4 of them were match-winning goals.
1-0.
Yeah, one, including at St James's Park, where that was like the title decider, and he scored in the FA Cup final the only goal to win us the double.
With comparing goals per game over 30 years is the rules have literally changed.
Yeah,
like you could kick people. Like, that was what leveled... The Premier League was more competitive because the worst teams got to kick fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Whereas now you get protected, so you get a bit of a stretch on the big teams, and the big teams have bigger squads. You know, there's a reason that United, captained by Ashley Young, got 81 fucking points, and the treble team, which is one of the fucking all-time greatest 11s to ever walked onto a football pitch, got 79. Like, it's not because Ashley Young led Manchester United with fucking Lukaku and McTominay was better. It's a different era.
With all that being said, right, because I don't want to make arguments on behalf of Arsenal and City fans. They've got enough of their own fans to do well. Arsenal have got enough of their own fans to do that. Who is for you the greatest?
Well,
Premier
just
League
before
player
we move on from Salah, because I do think it is the argument. If you wanted to make it, would be the numbers and the stats from Salah. They're
amazing.
So,
Yeah.
like looking at some of his when he arrived, he got 32 goals and 10 assists.
Is this Premier League stats? Sorry.
These are just Premier League
Okay.
numbers, right? 32 goals, 10 assists. There's a very, very exclusive club of players that have ever got 30 goals in a season. And he did it in his first season with 10 assists. Then it was 22 and 8, 19 and 10, 22 and 5, 23 and 13, 19 and 13, 18 and 10. And then last season, 29 goals, 18 assists is one of the best Premier League numbers seasons anyone has ever had. And he's been consistently 18 goals or above every single season for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons. There aren't many players that have ever done that.
No.
So, and I know no one here is saying that he's shit, but you can. When you see that, Adam, do you not think he's certainly in the conversation for best in his position, therefore one of the best in the league? What like those are ludicrous numbers.
He doesn't make my all-time Premier League attack though.
Okay.
Either.
Okay.
You got
How come
Rooney,
though with
Henry,
those numbers
Cristiano
being as good as
Ronaldo,
they
He's
are?
not as good as Ronaldo.
Okay. So you got
people
Ronaldo.
like-
Cristiano Ronaldo in 07-08 is the greatest player we've ever seen in the Premier League.
So is that? But like Steve said, you've got great and you've got best because Ronaldo doesn't have 8 seasons in a row like Salah
But he has
does.
3
But
Premier League
would you
titles in a
rank-
row,
Yeah.
with a Champions League in the middle and a Ballon d'Or in the middle. And he was also competing with Kaká and Messi and that Fernando Torres we spoke about for a Ballon d'Or. He wasn't competing with defensive midfielders and right backs for a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, great point.
Do you know
I
what
agree
mean?
with you, by the way. I just
he was
trying to lay out the
competing
argument
with
that
someone.
people would
Look,
have.
I like Mohamed Salah as a player, and I think there's been times in his career because he's African or he's of Arab descent and all that, he kind of gets underrated by some people. I truly believe he probably should have won a Ballon d'Or in that time as well. When you look at it, like
He's second
Harry
only to
Kane
Ronaldo
maybe
on the
should have.
right?
I'd have Beckham.
But the thing is, like, people are going to put it in a 4-3-3 nowadays. And
Yeah, then Ronaldo's on the right.
And I'm putting Salah in there. But if it's a 4-4-2, it's Beckham. And I put Ronaldo up front, maybe.
Nah, because Henry has to be in there, Rooney has to be in there.
But that's the positionally 4-4-2 versus.
Then you put Ronaldo on the
yeah.
right and Giggs on the left.
Beckham's in a different position. And for me, Beckham, Salah, and Ronaldo aren't vying for the same.
Beckham would have been closer to a De Bruyne in a 4-3-3 era, like that kind of role, like playing in that position, innit? Look, Mohamed Salah's obviously been an unbelievable player, and he deserves a lot of credit and a lot of respect. But I just hate how people go all the way here with it, like he is the Premier League's greatest. So you're telling me if you had a choice of all these players in their pomp, you'd take Salah over Henry, Salah over Rooney, Salah over Cristiano Ronaldo, Salah over Cantona, Salah over Drogba. Like, he doesn't get in ahead of any of those players for me. I wouldn't pick him over those players.
What would he have to do extra
Be better?
to do that though? Because
Be a better player.
But numbers wise, he's got better numbers than Drogba. He's got more.
Yeah, but if
consistent
Drogba
numbers
played in this
than-
era, he'd be the best striker
Yeah.
in the world without a shadow of a doubt.
So does that mean
And he'd
Haaland's
be
on his way to being the greatest Premier League?
Yeah, Haaland
Well,
had 50
I mean,
goals in
well,
the season,
you'd
so
have
he's the
to say
greatest.
you'd have to say he's on his way to it. You can't get what is it? What's Haaland averaging? Sort of 30 goals a season.
But if someone went to you,
and
Haaland's
not
better
count
than
for
Rooney
anything.
because of the numbers, what are you going to say?
No, I would disagree, but I'm not saying that.
I know you're
think
not saying these
Salah is-
things, you
I just want there to have been at least a bit of let's discuss the arguments that other people would make. But I do think that level of consistency over that long puts you in the conversation for your position. But then, like I said, I agree with you that
But
the number of titles.
They can't have
that
it both fucking ways, man. If Ryan Giggs doesn't get it for the longevity, then and the people only want to talk about peaks, then you can't have Mo Salah over Ronaldo.
No,
You can't have, you can't have it
I
both
agree
ways.
that Ronaldo.
It's either greatness because of consistency over time, or it's the peak.
Yeah.
There's only one player in there who's in the conversation with the greatest player of all time that's played in the Premier League, and that's Ronnie.
Yeah.
That, like, no other player, and it's not just because of what he did in Madrid. Like Mike was saying, he won a Ballon d'Or and a Champions League and 3 in a row at United and 42 goals in a season.
People almost
Like-
go, well, he was so much better at Real Madrid, so that don't count almost.
Well,
It's
I
like,
know.
so if his career ended there, it would count. Like what?
Like, it's
what are we
nonsense.
doing?
And also,
but Henry only had as many seasons here and didn't win as much here.
And I don't even think he was
that's
that
what I
much
hate,
better
like,
at Madrid.
to
I
go
think his
back
numbers were
Henry.
more. I think his numbers were bigger, but I don't think he was that much of a better player when he was there. I think 42
Yeah, he
goals.
was the best version of Ronaldo's 07-08.
I agree. Or certainly, there's no version of him that's noticeably better than that. So 42 goals for a Premier League team in that time is as impressive to me as 65 for Real Madrid.
Nearly 20 years.
And you're sharing the
It's
goals
incredible.
with Rooney and Tevez.
And he's still playing. It's 20 years ago.
Mental, innit? It's so insane.
Well, this season will be the one where he came back from. Oh no, it'll be next season. Came back from the World Cup and just went up a notch, wouldn't it? That would be 20 years ago.
Did he win?
2006.
Yes, he fucking winked.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. I had that on a t-shirt.
It's mental,
That's
isn't
great.
it?
I
But
loved it.
so fucking what?
I know. Why? What is the problem with that?
It's such a big deal.
Like,
isn't it?
I know.
Literally, like
Such a big deal.
the Ian Wright. That was where I lost a lot of respect for Ian Wright there, because he'd lost his mind over that. And you're thinking, like, you have no idea what was said. Like, there's every chance his bench have gone 10 men, go for it. He's gone sound.
That's literally probably what happened. Now that's the likelihood of what happened.
Yeah, it was not like, well done, you Jedi mind trick Rooney into jumping all over Carvalho's bollocks. We've got him exactly where we want him now.
Rooney
Well
shouldn't
played,
have got
son.
Sent off, though, that
Fucking
was
hell. He should have done.
Accidentally on purpose.
He should have done.
Accidentally on purpose.
No, but Ronaldo, like, remember that? Were any of you at that 5-1 game against Fulham?
No.
With the first game of the season.
Yeah,
Just 06, 07 season,
I
wasn't
think
it?
so. Is that the one where?
I think that's when we went, oh, we're going to win the league.
Is that when Michael Brown did that foul on the Giggs?
Oh, I remember that.
Or was that my man getting
Did he
it?
not play for Sheffield United when he did that?
No, he played. I'm sure he was at Fulham.
Maybe.
I remember the tackle.
Yeah,
But that game,
Sorry, my memory's
Rooney
shocking
scored
about
2,
it. It looks
Ronaldo
still on
scored
it.
2, and I think maybe Park scored 1. But that was where you went, that hasn't bothered anybody in
No,
this camp.
it was
we're
like
gonna fucking win
certain
the lot.
sections of the media were like, Fergie needs to make a decision. Fergie needs to get rid of Ronaldo and back Rooney and all this nonsense. It was like,
See through it now.
yeah,
Well, Wazza even said after it, he was like, they were texting and stuff, like it wasn't even an
yeah,
issue. Like,
right.
so, oh, what a time to be alive that was. And this is the thing, yeah. People like to call people like us nostalgia merchants and all that, yeah.
That's all we've got.
But also, like, if there's a reason why I'm doing this job that I'm doing, and there's obviously no reason for it, but I'm just doing it. Like, the reason is I can't let people try and shit on the legacies of Eric Cantona and Wayne Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, that's keeping me going.
Yeah.
Because
A lot of these kids have no fucking clue the impact Eric Cantona had.
Mate,
like,
he made the
it's
league what it
insane.
is.
But there's,
Yeah,
there's
literally.
no
It's insane.
there's not really been an equivalent since, has there? So I think because I only saw the very end, the tail end of Cantona at United, and that's just flickering memories of bits.
yeah.
But like
The
way
geezer that
he's
walked
spoken
in
about
with his
him,
chest
yeah,
up.
I know.
Basically, United were. It'd be unfair to call us what Arsenal are at the moment in terms of like very nearly men and a bit boring. We had a lot of fucking 0-0s, 1-0s, and like 1-0s, and it was scrappy and it was tight. And Cantona was like, "Don't worry, I've got it." And not only have I got it, I always say football was black and white for me, and then he coloured it in.
Right, fair enough.
Like,
Where you nicked that from?
I don't know, it's poetic, that, innit? I definitely
It's
didn't come up
good,
with it
Daddy.
myself.
Definitely
Too
nicked
good
that.
for you,
Yeah,
that.
it was probably said about something else. I was like, I'm stealing.
I wish they coloured
Yeah.
that in.
Shut up, you dick. So,
Great with talk. You've done him there.
Cantona's influence on English football can't be overstated.
No.
Because immediately, like Janino joins, Zola joins,
Ravanelli.
people start having players playing in between the lines rather than big man, small man, twat it in the box. It's like he literally influenced the way English football changed.
And the Premier League, how it was viewed, the TV, people watching it all around the world. Like, he made it something to watch. You got to remember, at that point in time, Serie A was ahead
Yeah, it was.
By far.
by far.
yeah.
And then around that period, you know, the Premier League started becoming the main league on the block.
The
And just
back
look at what
heels.
he could do. Like, people go, oh, he scored 11 goals. And who the fuck cares? Do you watch football with your eyes, or do you just look at a stat sheet? Because when I see Eric Cantona on the pitch, there's not many players I'd take ahead of him.
Flawless decision making, creativity up his
Touch.
fucking nut. Yeah, the arrogance, like I
Remember his chest
didn't
volley
even know he was
against
allowed to backheel it until I saw
Yeah.
Cantona.
Remember his chest volley against Arsenal?
Unbelievable.
That's what I mean.
So he hit that ball.
So
if you've
many
not
big
tried
games
to hit
as
a
well,
ball like
he
that
turned up.
100 times,
Do you know what I mean?
don't talk to me.
Like, it's turned up in cup finals, the FA Cup final twice.
2, yeah.
Yeah, scored a brace against Chelsea, and obviously the winner against the Scousers. The title deciding games, you look at the one against Newcastle at St James's, who pops up there with a winner. It's him again. He was just always there when you needed him, man. And people try and go on about the Champions League, forgetting
thank you.
the 3 foreigner rule
Thank you.
fucked us. It was that bad, UEFA went, we've got to get rid of this. Because you've got players who grew up in
We
fucking
couldn't even play the
Swindon
Paddies.
who were counted as foreign because they play for a different country other than England. And it was a ridiculous rule that they got rid of. But that hammered United. So Eric Cantona's going into a team with, no disrespect to him, but like Lee Martin at fullback and Gary Walsh in goal. And half his teammates aren't there. And that's why we
Can't
couldn't do
compare
what
the
we do.
eras.
No.
We didn't do what
Literally,
we
it
should have
was
done.
Gary
in
Walsh
Europe.
Vinny Jones trying to
17-year-old.
fucking decapitate
And not
him
even
half
getting
the time.
booked.
You had
Do you know what I mean?
You had a 17-year-old Nicky Butt and fucking Gary Walsh. By the way, this won't get brought up enough because no one cares. He needs investigating, the prick. Because
Who's this?
Gary Walsh. Right?
That is not a sentence I expected you to say, probably ever. Yeah, by the way, this isn't spoken about enough.
It's not spoken about enough, Jane. It's only me that cares. Only me that fucking cares.
Why are you investigating Gary Walsh?
Have you? I don't think you'd put yourself through it, but have you ever watched that game back?
The Galatasaray one?
The Barcelona shagging.
Oh, sorry, the 4-0.
Yeah, the absolute shagging we got in Barcelona.
Right.
Jay, I've seen better goalkeeping in the fucking Tameside League. It's absolutely ridiculous. Watch it and tell me he's not thrown them fucking games. He's like diving out the fucking way.
Is it not a case
Joe,
of...
you've seen better fucking goalkeeping in Bend It With Beckham.
No, because that is throwing the game. She definitely
to Bend It With Beckham. That's the one I kept watching.
Yeah. I had Bend It Like Beckham, so I had Bend It With Beckham.
Yeah.
Just you and Beck, so someone that looks like him in a room.
Never heard that one.
Bending it.
Is that the follow-up to Beverly Hills Cock?
But that's the thing, though. Someone like Cantona, someone like Cantona.
It's a right tune.
When people want to look at Gerrard and say greatest midfielder ever, that Cantona could have easily been Gerrard, where he was the best player for a team that didn't win anything, and all that class of 92.
Except he were good enough to make us win stuff.
Exactly. Except the decision making, the positioning, the ideas, the creativity, the finishing, all that sort of stuff that you need from someone that also set the likes of Giggs and Scholes and Beckham and all that up to have the mentality and the careers that they did. They could easily have been fucking Kevin Kilbans.
Well, they could have been,
Johnsons,
if you remember the Spice
that.
Boys.
Yeah.
That 1996 FA Cup final was like a big thing of, look, these lot have got a young team coming through. These lot have got a young team coming through. We're going for the league together. Yeah. We're going for the FA Cup together.
I think that game against the Scouts in October when Eric came back was a proper sliding doors moment.
2-2.
We drew 2-2. If they'd won at Old Trafford, Nicky Butt scored, Eric got a goal and an assist. Yeah. Had they won that game at Old Trafford, they could have been on that trajectory to we can win this title.
Because we know mentality is such a big thing. Once that United team had the idea that this is how we win, we know what to do.
Yeah.
And the fact that Giggs was there for the whole 20 years of winning everything, that mentality carries through and is given to the next generation. And that so much of it obviously came from Fergie, but so much of it came from
Cantona. When people do their Mount Rushmore, the Premier League, Eric Cantona has to be the first one on there. Because it's almost like the founding fathers of the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
He's
the George Washington of the Premier
He
League.
is.
He is what people think Henry was.
Yeah.
Just the absolute bollocks.
The way Eric gets talked about is an absolute joke. And I watch Premier League years more than I should. And if you think that the Scouts get tossed off now by the media, every fucking year was look who's coming through. Jason McAtee, Patrick Berger. You ain't seen shit like this.
Yeah,
every single fucking Phil Babb. The state of the absolute wanking off that they was getting. I remember 99.
That's class.
99 was all about the Scousers.
Yeah.
Michael Owen. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It was fucking
that shit celebration him in carried around.
That's to do some gangster.
Every single fuck off.
Dickhead.
Yeah, piss off.
Good celebration.
Yeah, it's a good celebration.
I might bring it back.
Just think of the strikers that was in the league in 99.
It's a joke.
It's mental.
Look, Mo Salah is an incredible player. If you want to put him in your time 11, carry on, but your time 11 is wrong.
Yeah.
It's the same as everyone that puts fucking Trent and Gerrard in them as well.
Trent isn't even in Real Madrid's right now 11, let alone fucking the Premier League all time.
You know what's
they
mad?
play at the weekend. He doesn't play.
He's not even in the 37-man England squad.
He's 27.
Hey, what's going on there?
He's never started a World Cup game for England.
Friendly with his ex, apparently.
But this is what.
Yeah, well, is that why
Tommy Tickle's absolute slay, man.
No one else did either.
I don't know, it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it is funny. But he's literally in his prime and has not. I don't think he's ever started a World Cup game for England, or if it's won.
In midfield.
Yeah, probably.
Do you know what, though? I've got a bit of a soft spot for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Do you know how good it is to cost Liverpool a Champions League final, then go to the club you cost it and take a photo with that trophy and post it on social media? That is fucking elite trolling, bro.
Yeah,
that's another level of it.
I'd have more respect for him if I thought he did it on purpose. I just think he's daft.
Yeah, he didn't realise that he was taking a picture with the trophy he helped.
No, I think if you see some of his brother's outlooks on Liverpool towards the end, if that's reflective of Trent's, then he definitely meant it.
He knew, let's
definitely meant it. But one thing I was going to say, this is the problem with the world these days.
He's fucking daft.
This is the problem with the world these days, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we go.
Is that you've got like Arsenal fans can do what they want when they're talking about Arsenal's all-time 11, whatever. But some of them will put Saka in it, and you're like, wait, what are we doing here? Like, what is going on? Like, Saka's. But to try and put Saka into like Ronaldo and Giggs and Beckham and Pires and all these conversations, bro. How about you try and deal with overtaking Lee Sharp and them man first?
No, it was
because you're nowhere near like
the rest. It was made to look
like,
ridiculous, wasn't it, with Walcott, what he said to Rooney. And then, like you tweeted, you know, a week later we beat them, and they were trying to say that this current Arsenal team is better than the 08 team. It's not even better than the 2026 United team. Like, it's ridiculous.
How good's Lee Sharp?
That's so stupid. Do you know what I
How
mean?
good was Lee?
Yeah,
He was
class.
he was just too early for me. I don't know if I ever saw him play
Mate.
in real life.
Lee Sharp did
Dancing?
that Aston Villa game. Oh my
that was
god!
the brace against them. That was class.
Oh my good god!
You know what I mean? And getting bollocks off Fergie for celebrating.
Seen the
Smiling
videos,
all
what
the
are
time?
Yeah, just
corner
loving
flags
it.
He loved
dancing?
playing
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
He did.
He
Remember from
absolutely
videos.
fucking loved it, and I reckon he loved cocaine and brass.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He said, "I reckon." To be fair, it was always opinion led.
Oh, sorry, lads.
Might want to just beep it.
There's a patter drop I need to get on.
Are you
Oh,
fucking
I
having
thought
a
that was
laugh?
like something
I'm not
boring
having a
then.
laugh.
It's like,
So right, we're gonna pause this. 'cause
No, we're not. Carry on. Carry
carry on. Let him do that.
It's in a minute. Carry on.
We're not.
I'll still contribute.
So you're gonna be buying clothes while we pod?
Just trainers, just one pair of trainers.
Are they any good?
Yeah. They're like these,
Probably not.
but different colour.
Nike.
Nikes.
Right, well, that's a nice time to move on to managers, I think.
you remember the old Reddish? What was the old Reddish you joke about Lee Sharp? Was it how many E's in Lee Sharp? Depends what night it is. I'm just trying to think of it.
Bring Reddish back, man. I know they'd fucking kill us, but we need it to keep on our toes.
That was brutal already.
Keep it alive.
Yeah.
Keep it honest.
That is very good.
I give it one. It literally had one issue with it before that was the end of that again.
Do you remember they
No.
used to put
wouldn't even
Red
get
issue
to
in the
what they
mega
shot.
store at the start?
I didn't know that.
Imagine.
Yeah.
So I tweeted a picture of it in the mega store.
That's
once.
insane.
I think
no
for-
one had
it might have been a
checked.
couple of years.
Really? That's mental. That is
When
like.
did that go away then? Because I
Where
just
is
remember,
she?
I remember it from being
As a
kid and
mag.
getting it occasionally.
Oh,
It was around when the Suarez everything went off. It was still going then.
Yeah.
Because I remember they do the masks.
yeah.
Yeah.
How is
My-
that possible, bro? I'm on at 12 o'clock, man.
Oh no, we lost.
So when we said when
my
we
old
said it would
sergeant in the
affect
army.
pod, Steve's a
I'm
nice.
size 9.
What size are you? Do you want me to check on here? What is it?
Stock
Patter
X it is then.
what? Nike.
Patternike.com. PatterXNike.com. Let's not do.
Well, no,
you've
we've got to stop
You're
now
ruining
anyway.
the show now.
Yeah, when they're talking, you're going, how is that possible? Right, let's move on to managers a little bit. Steve, you did a video this week. Well, we've both done a video. You did a video.
Saying why he's shit, you did one why he should get him.
Well, we didn't do why we should get him. We did just who is he, what does he do, and why is he good? Because he is good. You people in our comments were saying, did you know Steve's done a video?
You obviously didn't
basically
watch
saying
Steve's video,
Well,
so you're wrong.
First of all,
God forbid we have a different opinion than the great Stephen
well,
Howson.
exactly, yeah, we made different
Fuck off.
opinion. Secondly,
I'm glad that you came to that conclusion.
we weren't saying he's the perfect guy, let's go get him. But we were saying
Who are we talking
he's
about?
got an incredible
Luis
career,
Enrique.
Luis Enrique. He's done amazing things, and if you make him a good team, it'll be successful. Let's start with you, Steve. What is it about Enrique that you're unsure of?
Us.
What?
Us.
The partnership.
No. Manchester
When you say
United
us, who
Football
do you
Club.
mean?
Manchester United Football Club and its collection of footballers.
So the footballer's not the board.
Yeah, because the board don't play.
So you're saying he
I
can't
think Enrique's
tune
good.
out of what he's got.
Yeah, I think if you give him the ingredients of Manchester United, he ain't baking you a cake.
Right.
That's the top and bottom.
But he's going to bring some ingredients.
Yeah, would he not?
No.
Did it at PSG,
We
brought
got
in a few
loads of
players.
good
They got
young
rid of
players.
fucking
Oh,
your man Ugarte and
oh.
brought in Jao Neves. And
Or did he? Was it not the ownership, the management, and
Okay.
all the rest of it? And there's the fact that they've got unlimited money, whereas Manchester United are up the swanny about 1.3 billion because of the Glazer ownership that was leveraged in 2005, and we've been paying 1.5 billion in interest and debt repayments and finances.
Surely
for
though,
21
Glazers
years.
out.
surely we're going to strengthen in the summer. Like we
are.
I hear you, and I agree with everything you said about the Glazers and all the rest of it. But surely we're not just going to go into the next season and go, yeah, we've got potentially Champions League football and we've got a chance for the title, but we're not going to buy anyone.
No, we are going to buy people, but I don't think we're going to buy enough.
People, none of them people will be any good. But
I don't think we're going to buy enough. I think it's going to take us a good while, and I don't think we've got anywhere near the finances that people think we have, and I think we need to strengthen so
What
much
happens
more.
if he leaves PSG, right? And like, he's leaving PSG regardless. And then you've got City sniffing around him and all that. He might need to just go game.
Yeah, but either way, I don't think he's demonstrated that he can work with the limp dick squad that we've got. I think if you give him elite, he will deliver you whatever.
Isn't there a bit of a thing with managers, though, when you get to a certain level that you're never really going to get that question answered again? I know he was at Roma years ago and Celta Vigo, whatever, but he's not going to go to a club now that's shit because of his reputation. Because like Guardiola,
And also,
once he did what he did at Barca, it was Barca, Bayern Munich, and City with
international football is different, but it didn't go perfectly at Spain.
I hear that, but I just think with international football, whether it's a player or a manager, it almost is irrelevant.
Yeah, but it's Spain.
But it wasn't the golden era of Spain.
No, but it wasn't bad.
But my issue with that though is, first of all, how many managers are there that are routinely doing incredible things with average squads?
None.
And also, shouldn't our expectation and hope be that we get a world-class manager and provide them a world-class squad?
Yeah, Joe, I played the Euro Millions.
But surely we need... Yeah, but... So then at least...
I live in hope.
But why then resign ourselves to having neither a world-class squad nor a world-class manager? Surely you want to be getting one and then both of them through the door over the next couple of seasons.
You do, but I just think that if Michael Carrick, at the moment, 70% win rate, is demonstrating that he can get a tune out of this squad, I think bringing in somebody else who has only worked with and been successful with truly elite squads.
But there's a lot of young players in there, though. And you're looking at PSG, they went from being a team that was signing truly elite players that maybe weren't there for the right reasons and didn't really work out. They lost some big players in
they lost big names. They didn't lose great players
like that. And they brought in youngsters. Well, granted, they've got some of the best youngsters in the world, but I feel like we only view them like that because of what he's done with them. Like we viewed Desiree Doué and all these players as great players because of what they've achieved with him. And then you look at Dembele as well. Dembele was a player that was seemingly just flittering out. Like no one really knew where he was.
People were spending
he had
a lot
a few
of dough
moves
on him,
that failed. And like look at him, he turned him into a Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah. Like if United bought Enrique and João Felix now.
João Felix.
I'm
going on.
João Felix, because João Felix has had a similar career path to Dembele has.
No, he's not.
But in that, he was a youngster, a wonder kid that was all the potential in the world, 100 million transfer, goes to a big team in Atletico Madrid, can't quite make it work for whatever reason. I'm not saying that he could do what Dembele's done, but the Dembele signing...
He had more clubs than Tiger Bastard Woods.
Yeah, but the Dembele signing at the moment it happened, my point is that wasn't seen as like... That's your final piece to win a Champions League. If anything,
a lot of people were saying bring him in.
Yeah, but he'd held Barcelona back. He'd been.
I'll never forgive him for that game against the Scousers.
Yeah,
I don't
missing
give a
big chances against Liverpool, and he was seen as like a failed wonder kid. And now he is a Ballon d'Or winner, and it's obviously a lot of it is the talent was already there, but maximising that and finally seeing it happened under Enrique. I do think that isn't a coincidence, personally, whether it's the freedom, the mentality, or just the confidence that the manager gave him. But Dembele was not a laughingstock, but he was certainly someone that's like, well, that guy, he's 25 now, and he's never going to be the one that we thought.
And Barcelona. And
for some insane cash.
Yeah.
Shall we keep Sancho and bring in Enrique?
Maybe. No, but
where do you stand on this, Macca?
Hopefully on Sancho's head.
No.
Because like, we're not saying we don't want Carrick or anything. We're just saying if it was Enrique, he could do the job. That was the point me and Joe were making. And Steve's like not having him. Where do you stand on it?
Do we have to censor that bit what I just said?
What, standing on Sancho's head?
Yeah,
nah, it's fine.
You see the club wish him happy fucking birthday?
No, they did.
No,
you're wrong.
Oh, what, United?
Adam,
you meant your channel.
Read it again. They didn't wish him happy birthday. They said, Jadon Sancho turns 26 today. End tweet. There was no happy, there was no congrats, there was no have a great day.
Then just don't do it.
It was literally like...
It is your birthday.
Yeah,
it is your birthday today. You were born on this day.
It is your birthday.
26 years ago.
Those half-inflated balloons on strings.
Wow.
Yeah, so they didn't wish him happy birthday. Yeah, exactly.
Would you have Enrique?
I've said it loads, like it's my first choice. Michael Carrick's now my second choice. And that has been the case for a while. Like I've been saying, Luis Enrique is the guy that I would get and move heaven and earth for. And if you can get him, then you do say thank you to Carrick and move him on. But if you can't get him, you stick with Michael Carrick.
Seems a relatively reasonable response there. The thing is, I like Carrick.
And Steve's fucking wrong, this silly fat
anymore. No, it's alright.
I thought you wanted some vitriol.
No, but if you're going to take the piss out, take the piss out of his jacket.
Shit jacket. Wearing knob.
Don't put me in the same category.
This is why I'm taking
his jacket's bad.
You look like him. Watching latest.
You can't come dressed to work.
Wrong.
Stop. Guys in the comments, let us know whose jacket's
Can we have a single for these two?
Yeah, go on.
Right, is it Steve?
Could have stated that.
Hey?
Kid,
Okay, right, or is it Joe?
Ooh.
Do you sexy faces?
Do you know the
Steve sexy face?
Steve sexy.
Do you
That's
know
Joe's
the-
sexy face. Steve
do you know
sexy
the-
face.
Sexy face?
I'm not doing the sexy face. You have to pay for that. If you remember the
His
scene,
Patreon later.
if you see the Team America scene where he's thrown up on the floor,
Yeah, and if I were to have to hide in a pile of enemy vomit, I'm not getting found, am I?
Anyone for chowder?
Point well made.
So are you just at the point then, Steve, where you almost think these managers are too good for us? Does that feel a little bit
no,
like...
here's what I think would happen. If you give,
don't rate United. You're like United are so shit. And
if you bring in Luis Enrique,
we don't deserve the manager's City yet.
I think it's going to go the same way as Mourinho, the same way as Louis van Gaal. Expectation goes up, but the squad don't fucking match to it, and it all fucking crumbles around our ears.
Can I ask you this though? And I'd be happy if Carrick got the permanent job, but is there not a worry that, or at least with Enrique, he comes in and he's like, if I'm going to come there, you better back me. I want elite players, like what Pep did at City. They bought De Bruyne for Pep, even though, before he got there, and he got players when he got there, obviously. Is there not a case that maybe Carrick isn't as demanding from the board as Luis Enrique would be? Because Carrick,
I think you might
be
need
like
something like
acceptance,
Carrick for
accepting.
another year or two to build the squad, because it's not. Let's be honest, it's not the managers that are doing it. It is the football board and the director of
Yeah, I
football
hear
and
that.
the scouting department to get the team in a position so you are competitive, and then bring in someone like an Enrique to finish you off. Pause.
right? Finish me off.
He can finish me off any day with a treble.
And I'm using...
And he might not be available. I
if we win the
understand
treble,
that.
But I'm using your terminology. Do
I'm
you
gonna
think...
wear pants ever again.
Do you think Carrick can't finish us off?
I have concerns over Enrique. I don't think he's flawless. I think there's still some Plan B issues, although PSG are way more adaptive this season than they were last season, and hopefully they win the Champions League again. Michael Carrick, I have major concerns about his Plan B. I have major concerns about him just turning in the same fucking homework every single week. I have major concerns about us playing 2 games a week, but I also have major concerns about the depth of the squad. We're one injury away from fucking Carrick lacing them up. So,
But there have been moments with Carrick where, like, I think granted it's Spurs who are real shit, but it was like a tactical tweak he made against Spurs, which I think worked immediately. And there have been moments in games where he's done that. I think you look at the Villa game as well. For second half against Villa, we obviously got into them at half time, made some changes, and United came out a better team. And I do think he has the ability, but you've also got to see he's working with a squad that he has got 13 players, and we've just learnt Sesko has been injured. That's why he hasn't been really playing every game and all those kind of things. So he has been working with like 12, 13, 14 players at best.
Yeah,
at
Sesko,
time.
we have Sesko come off the bench,
But now we know
and
he's
then after
injured.
that you sort of go, I don't want anyone else off the bench, and that is obviously not
it is-
ideal.
it
I do feel
No
like
Mason
these-
Mount, no, I know he's always out, but no Mason Mount, no Patrick Dorgu, no Lisandro Martinez.
no delay.
Do you think that
No
your
delay.
opinions could change between now and the end of the season? You mentioned that Enrique could win another Champions League, which would be his 3rd one.
If he
You
wins
don't want
two-
that to happen.
If he wins 2
If we're going to
trebles
get
in a
him,
row-
you don't want him to win the Champions League.
Can you imagine the expectation level?
Why?
It's too
You
much.
get mad expectation levels, and we sign
Who are we?
It's too
one
scary.
fucking half a peg leg
Yeah.
midfielder. in
Right.
summer.
Imagine he wins back-to-back trebles, something that's never been done.
And then comes to
Imagine winning 3 in a
United
row.
and gets sacked by fucking August.
Treble.
No, I wouldn't. I think. Don't you think though, as well, Steve, that if anyone is going to be able to take us from, because we have to hope and assume that United are currently on the path to having a squad that's good enough, and we're not going to have faltering squads, faltering generations in years where it's all shit. Let's hope and assume that we are on a straight line-ish towards being to challenging again. Does Enrique's reputation and stature not kind of sort of protect him through the next 2 or 3 years, or maybe 1 or 2 years, before we can start challenging again in a way that other managers don't?
No, because it's a fucking results business at the end of the day. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came 2nd and 3rd and we fucked him off before Christmas.
But that's what I'm saying. He didn't have that reputational buffer there to help him when things
Did he not have
started to
credit
go
in the
wrong.
bank?
Of course he
Bruce.
did. But like someone like Enrique,
So you
if we
bring in
could-
Enrique in, who's
Yeah.
never managed in the Premier League, to objectively third, fourth, fifth, sixth best squad in the Premier League. The expectation level, if he wins another fucking treble, is going to be do not lose a fucking throw-in or a coin toss.
But the hope would be that next season, after let's say between 100 and 200 million this summer, next season we have the third best squad in the league or the fourth
Not a
best.
chance. Not even fucking close.
But
Chelsea with a transfer ban have still got a better squad than us. Like, our squad is
they both wear the same
so
jacket and then
fucking
it's over,
paper thin. What are you saying, Ball?
Us two are going to fuck off and leave you two to it.
You two camouflage bastards going at it.
Sorry, did you get?
Yeah, I can't even see what's going on over there.
Seconds.
Fuck it up.
Saddos. But I
Check
think,
StockX.
I don't know. I think that in 2 years' time, United can be challenging.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, and
But-
I think if you got Enrique in, he could do well enough in those 2 years to still be here by the time the squad is ready to challenge, and I think that would be a great thing to do.
I played the Euro Millions, and that hooker told me she's coming back with my wallet. So I obviously live in hope. But we have been robbed before.
That's true.
If, it's a big if, United had a poor set of results between now and the end of the season, would you think you'd question that?
Carrick
Question
is
what?
doing too good, isn't it?
Question Carrick.
Scary,
Yeah, I'm
man.
questioning him all the time.
Yeah.
I haven't
Not question
nailed-
him as such, but question the Enrique over Carrick. If, say, United finished fifth or whatever.
This isn't
we're down.
Enrique versus Carrick.
Okay,
This
let
is,
me ask you this- let me
Enrique
ask you
in
this.
isolation.
All right, fair
I
enough.
think.
Let me ask you this.
Go on.
Michael Carrick isn't getting the job. It's official. He's leaving. Who you want?
I don't know.
No,
Because
it's fine.
the
This has
squad,
been Stretford Paddock.
the squad isn't fucking good enough for us to do anything really at the moment.
Right.
And all I'm seeing at the moment is evidence of Michael Carrick's won 70% of his games.
I mean, I'm
How
not going
about
to
this
moan
for
if
an
Michael
idea?
Carrick's given the job, but I think Luis Enrique, if he came to United, I think you'd be pretty happy with that, considering what he's won.
How about this for an idea?
Go on.
Jurgen Klopp.
Why do I even like you? Honestly, I fucking swear to God.
Just zero.
Swear to
chance.
fucking
I
God.
say Matt
Swear
Busby.
to fucking God.
Like, he's going to do it. He's going to
It's
come back.
different. No, it's different. It's not even close to being Matt Busby. Fuck off. How about that?
How about this one?
This is the worst idea you've
How about
ever
this-
had.
How about this one? Dwight York.
What?
That'd be a fucking funny era, wouldn't it?
Yeah, pre-season. He'd come in for pre-season.
We
and
spoke
be
about-
sacked
Imagine
before
that.
the
We
season
spoke. Me
started.
and Joe spoke about Dwight York being United manager for a whole episode of
would be
Uncensored.
class,
once.
It would
People
be-
are asking
it would
actually
be
about-
class. No,
Do you
imagine-
reckon he's still putting up numbers?
Of course he is. Are you mad? People are asking about you two, actually, about you bringing back better than Artel.
We did.
All right.
We should have done a Carabao Cup special.
Yeah, someone asked it.
Now, Premier League piss tape will be back next season because we're going to be good again.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they're done when they win this league? Because they're going to win this league. Do you reckon PGMOL actually fucking look at the rule books that's in their top drawer and go, oh shit, not allowed to do that? And next year actually enforce the rules that they're written fucking down? And Arsenal come 7th.
Or
Yeah.
bring roll-ins in. Instead
What?
of throw-ins.
Rolling.
Have to roll it in.
What,
Like,
underarm?
like under sixes.
Yeah.
Like netball?
That's
Kick
good,
it
isn't
in. Kick it in the eyes.
Yeah, kick-ins, it's kick-ins.
And just
Yeah,
take
kick-ins
heading
would be
out of the game. No more heading. Unless you score.
To be fair, that's kind of coming in with grassroots anyway.
Yeah, isn't it?
I don't like that.
Can't head it in training at my kids' level. You can do it in the games.
Don't know the born. Don't know the feeling of heading it and just being dizzy for a sec.
Yeah, being dizzy for the rest of your
You
life.
lie.
Because it hits you.
Being increasingly dizzy as your life
But then
goes
I
on.
remember watching.
It's entertainment.
It's obvious stuff, but I remember there was a Michael Owen had a few shows on TV at once. Remember the one where he came out the poster?
Yeah.
That was weird. And then there was one where it was like a Michael Owen soccer school thing. And I'm sure this happened or I imagined it. They were teaching you how to head the ball and they brought a skull out and they were like, this is the part you need to head the ball with because this part you're fucked and all that kind of stuff. It was like,
I reckon he's had fucked.
It's right
did
there,
say fucked, so
it
you
just-
might hurt yourself.
just below the hairline there.
Get that there.
Got ready with your ass.
Yeah. What?
Think about it.
It's not.
And Boomo could head it with his arse.
Got to head it with your ass. A good header starts in your ass.
I respect that. I don't know
Yeah.
what it means, but it sounds like a wild night. I know that much.
Yeah, we did.
No, not yet.
Oh.
Before we go, I want to talk.
Can't wait to get out.
He's been turned into a
Fucking
pumpkin.
agenda.
I've got another 8 minutes.
Use them.
Yeah, use them wisely.
Midfielders and that.
Yeah, love all
It
that.
sounds like Belaber's like, you've won that.
Yes.
It was
Really?
the extra.
I want Belieber.
I mean, he's considered separate to the main list of targets apparently, because it's like I don't know if
fuck
because
does that mean?
well, I think because the groundwork And the agreement in terms of personal terms was basically done 12 months ago, wasn't it?
Oh, that's why he tossed off Brighton.
And I think that it's as
Great.
this
Get that
is,
price down,
What a
son.
great
Imagine-
character.
Imagine we
we
said
were.
that to them. Get that price
Just fuck
down,
about. And he was like,
Yeah.
don't
You know, how we were
Sorted.
talking about agents kind
Yeah.
of telling players shoot more and do this more and get your pass completion up so we can
Someone's
get you a
like,
nice
hey,
juicy
have
contract.
you ever thought about stinking the gaff out for 3 months?
Yeah.
And then United will come in
You'll
and
get
buy
your
you.
move.
I'll tell you what will get your price down. Get
Instead
subbed
of
at half time
75,
at Anfield. Be great.
yeah, he's going to be 45.
Imagine, and then he
instead of
rocks up
75.
like prime Yaya Toure at Old Trafford, like Vince McMahon walking down the fucking ramp, and he's class. Probably not. It's probably not what happened.
No,
He's probably just shit
like
for a bit.
Morgan Schneiderlin. Fucking shy.
Yeah.
And then
My mate was a
turn against him. And then he'll
my
lead
mate
to
was a
fucking
coach at
go back to Brighton
Southampton,
in a year.
and when we signed him, he was like, he will be United's future captain. He's
love that.
fucking class.
Your mate was a coach at Southampton.
Yeah.
Fucking driving the car.
What happened with him? Why was he
he just
so
wasn't
bad?
good enough.
I know, but
He's at
like,
Brighton now.
Why?
Of course he is.
Because he was
And just
really
what he said about
good.
Believer.
Fucking hell. Don't.
So he's
You
fucking
can't
shit.
trust coaches. You can't. We had Jadon Sancho's on here, didn't we, telling us how good he was and
Said
how he
about
was
winning a Ballon d'Or.
winning a Ballon d'Or.
And Sancho's a fat waste of space.
Is that what I mean?
I can't say waste of
Happy
space.
belated birthday to him.
Why not?
Everyone is entitled
Every
to
chance I
space.
get, I have a little dig at Jadon Sancho, the fucking fat waste of space.
You do, don't
Where's
you?
he going this year?
Fucking who
Oh, that's
cares?
a good question.
Going back to Dortmund, didn't
Probably
it?
Do
Marseille.
you reckon?
Yeah.
Reeks a
apparently
baller
they-
league.
Villa fans loving
Reeks a
him at the
baller
moment.
league.
Really?
No, they don't.
Not baller league. Yeah, Villa fans are loving him.
Why?
At the moment.
No,
They
he's.
say he really gets Unai Emery's system.
So,
Is that why he didn't play for half of it?
I see you turn out for hashtag and then you want to get relegated. What happened there?
What?
What's this?
You not see the statement last night?
The bit where they're not going up because they want to stay down.
No, not even that.
Get
They've
on
asked to
up.
be relegated.
When you're down,
They've asked to be relegated?
baby,
It's a bold-
take
That's an interesting
I
strategy.
think I've read it and I think it's. I'd like to speak to Spencer Owen about it just to get his what it means in layman terms. But I think they don't want to go up. They don't want to go up yet because if they go up and they get relegated, it means more in terms of what they could lose and all those kind of things. So
It's
they'd
not
rather
even not
the
going up.
build
It's like,
slowly.
it's like a Luton Town
No,
thing.
They already
They've
were
asked
wrong.
to be- yeah,
I thought
they've-
they got promoted and said don't.
No, they've
promote.
asked to go down. From where they are now, they've asked to go down a step.
Ah, okay.
Maybe United.
It's finances. Maybe it's reverse psychology.
That's what Tottenham are doing.
We want to go
About,
down.
about to say.
Actually, fuck you, we're going to promote you.
Yeah.
But maybe it's like a thing where
I think it's just
if you
pure
rush it
financial,
and you're there and then you go down and now your club's fucked, everyone's getting sacked and all those
I
things.
think that's the crux of it, yeah.
So I kind of respect it.
No, they've done well either way, haven't they? Come on.
But
Fucking
hashtag All Stars,
unbelievable.
big up
The
them.
ridiculous.
level that they're playing at is absolutely ridiculous.
You'd lick your ass.
Listen, header starts with your arse, and so does.
I ain't got the neck.
Have you ever tried?
No.
To
What about the
lick
other
your
one?
own arse.
Oh, the other one.
Why would you? You're not a dog.
The other one.
I ain't got the length.
So Belabor.
Guinness.
Should we just wrap that up there?
yeah.
I think we've covered the midfield conversation well there.
See
We've
It is.
established that none of
Hello?
us can suck out.
Yeah, he's just fucking stopped talking.
in a bit.